beautiful soul. Welcome to the Quantum Business Queen podcast. This podcast is a vortex for activating wealth, riches, and boss bitches. It is here that I teach multi-dimensional business. Our content will fall under 3 different categories: 5D quantum creation, 4D frequency alchemy, and the most potent 3D strategy. Every aspect of business that contributes to the creation of success is covered here. Plus, I will be personally interviewing the most amazing boss bitches that are at the forefront of the game, paving the way for money, magic, and magnetism in business. Let's get ready to activate all of that within you. Welcome to this week's episode of the Quantum Business Queen podcast. I am so excited to present to you the continuation of all the quantum flow goodness. We're going to talk about how you tap into the next layer of liberation through acceptance, through meaning change, through unhooking from justifications. It's really, really powerful stuff. So without further ado, here is this week's episode. So we're going to talk about 3 concepts, and then the bonus activity will help give you like an actual thing you can do to start really unplugging from this. So this will help, again, shift so much out, you guys. Like I said, truly embody just several of these concepts. It's enough to give you enough energetic momentum to your reality. The dial will start shifting, and all you need is a couple degrees shift to change the whole trajectory, right? That's all you need. It's a couple degrees. Okay. So who has a hard time accepting what is? We're not programmed. If we don't like something, we're not meant to accept it. I mean, I'm not saying like if someone's walking all over you, just accept it. You know what I mean? Just, this is what is. It's supposed to be this way. It's supposed to be this way. I'm not supposed to know. I have a container right now. It's called the Deep Undoing. And it kind of landed when I went to Necker Island. Anyway, I have this girl who's in the business academy, and she had this crazy vision. I have the most amazing souls. Like, you guys are the most amazing souls. And then the people that come into the academy, they're like trans channels, all these crazy mediums and all these amazing people. Anyway, she was literally shown, and the way she describes it is exactly how Dolores Cannon describes the universe. It's like we have script writers, which is thousands, literally thousands of our spirit guides on our team. They're helping us write the script. They're hanging on our every breath, just waiting to see, so excited for us, waiting to see what happens. They're behind the scenes. There are all these people waiting to come out and waiting to play with us. And all of this stuff is just being organized to happen for us. But the one thing is that we're not supposed to know. We're not supposed to know, because if we were to know, this whole experience would be pointless. So if we're resisting the not knowing, know that you're never supposed to know. You're never going to fully know either, but you're not supposed to know. So I want you just to open yourself up to being in this place of, I'm not supposed to know. This is cool. But when you are in that energy, again, ironically, things start to land. You get the path is illuminated, doors start opening up, and that's when you get to step through it. So number 1, you got to accept everything that is. And if you feel like you can't accept what is, it's because you've made it mean something. That meaning is tied to a justification. So sit with this. If you're feeling any tightness in your body, there's aspects of your reality you've not accepted. I just remember the small things that I had to accept when I was living in a different house, and I would just remember doing yoga going, oh my God, the floor is disgusting and dirty. I was like, I'm just going to accept this. You know what I mean? Just the little things like that. Those little things you point out that you don't like, and you're just like, oh, you're poking at it. What if you just accept it? I'm just accepting all of it. Accept everything that is. One of the quickest ways that you will shift out of resistance. And when you feel like it's hard, look at the meanings, look at the justifications. But Sarah, I don't care. Unhook. Stop justifying it. When you justify it, you are defending your distortions. You are going to defend a reality you don't want to be in. So why do that? Because we get so caught up and wound up in our stories, and so like interwoven in this crazy web of justifications and meanings. And sometimes I think we go too deep and thinking we have to do the inner work and what's wrong with me and all these things. And that can actually be a disservice, I think, Because if we keep looking for all these things that are wrong with me, what do we keep perpetuating? Okay, you guys hear me. The people who follow me have heard me tell the same stories, but it's because they solidify such potent points. The book Green Lights, I think it's called that, by Matthew McConaughey is brilliant. He's an amazing author. And he tells a story about his mom beating 2 different types of cancer with nothing but denial and aspirin. And it makes me laugh. But if you understand the energetics behind that, she didn't identify with the issue. She didn't let cancer become an identity and think, oh my God, what's wrong with me? I need to do the inner work. And I'm not saying don't do the healing if there's absolute healing to be had. But I think we could take it too far and over-identify with it. We over-identify with there being something wrong instead of accepting what is. And what we just keep activating, reactivating. What's wrong? What's wrong? I'm digging. And then all this dust. And then there's the wood for the trees. I can't see anything. Sometimes you just need to denial and aspirin that shit. Step into a new identity. Know it's supposed to be this way. Accept everything that is and be in the energy. Everything that is, it's all meant to be how it is. And when things pop up that feel dense, then look at it and be like, oh my God, I made it mean this because when I was in 2nd grade, I was made fun of. And okay, this is what I'm going to heal today. Boom, done, move on. But if you're not liking your reality based on something's wrong with me and you keep kicking up all of this stuff that you think is wrong, you're going to put yourself in another cycle. Okay, sometimes you just need to have some denial and aspirin. Okay, so if you're not able to tap into the vision, it's simply the resistance that is kicked up because you have not accepted what is and you've made it mean something and you're justifying all the distortions. Self-mastery is releasing yourself, liberating yourself from that. Now, it's a really interesting thing. Once you start shifting the resistance out, and there's a lot of alignment exercises you could do with this, obvious things like boundaries, but shifting the no's out, shifting the maybes out. When you have a lot of maybes in your reality, and again, we talk about this in the layers of alignment and the quantum coach certification, when you have maybes, like so many maybes, like your job's a maybe, my marriage was a maybe for so long, all of these things, this creates what I call fence sitting energy. Maybe your routines or habits or maybes. So if you are feeling resistance, another thing you could do, this is kind of a little bonus tip, look at the maybes in your life and you'll understand what's filling up your grid and why you feel like you're in this back and forth fence sitting energy. And there's a lot happening in your fragmentations within your consciousness as well, but that's a whole different topic. So look at the maybes in your reality. Maybes don't necessarily mean it's a no. So for example, my marriage was in maybe land and I thought, well, maybe I can bring it back into yes by putting effort in or marriage counselor. Turns out it was a no, but that's okay. Look at the maybes in your reality. And when you start sorting those out, guess what opens up? More frequency, more clarity, less resistance. No more fence sitting energy of this back and forthing. Again, it opens up decisions because you're going to be opening up portals. So then when you clear this resistance, you're going to start feeling desires. You might even start feeling a bit of that right now. Be led by them. Please know this. I said this yesterday. Desires are specifically and kind of only the main way your higher self, aka soul, is able to communicate with you. Your higher self has access to all the timelines. It's saying, hey, this is possible. How else is it going to be a compass? Know that if you have a desire there, it is a timeline that is already done. There would be no desire otherwise. Every person's desire is very specifically imprinted within them. Do you ever wonder why people who have amazing voices also happen to be amazing songwriters, also happen to have a desire that, it's all very purposeful. So if you have a desire there, we got to get doubt out of the picture because the doubt is what keeps us from making the powerful decisions. And the doubt is what keeps us from opening the portals and the new timelines. This is one of the people who experience the craziest realities, people like Richard Branson. They are so delusional when it comes to their desires. Of course it's done. So delusional about it being done. Going into space? Yeah, that's done. Yeah, they're so delusional. There's nothing about how. Richard doesn't even care about the how. He just hires the most amazing humans that can get the job done, and they figure that out. So once we have a desire, I want you to be hyper aware of this. The first thing we're programmed to have happen is for it to be like, okay, well then how is this going to be? How is this going to unfold? You need to unplug from the how, which is not how we're programmed, which is why we continuously reject freedom and our purpose. The second you start plugging into the how, which is a matrix plugin, straight after that, doubt. The how will always activate doubt. The how is never your job. When you release the how, you start allowing all the synchronicities to come through because you're no longer in the place of attachment. Attachment repels. Detachment is like one of the most magnetic frequencies. When you release the how, you release attachment because you know it's already done. Now here's your job, and this is hard because we're not programmed to do this. Your job and the secret keys to the universe is sitting in the done energy as much as you possibly can throughout the day. Be in the done energy. I am this. I am sitting on an island with Richard Branson. You are. It's already done. Boom. And then it landed. It landed a lot quicker than I was ready for. But I knew it was reality I wanted to experience. And portal opened and it landed. It landed. But then you guys have to choose it, right? Gonna feel scary. What does the done energy feel like for you? Can you feel the done energy? So you need to have conscious awakenings throughout the day. And this is where you have to have, guys, this is where, we'll get into, you need to have structure around this. You're not going to wake up every day feeling like a million, but you have to choose it, and you have to choose your way through it. You have to decide your way through density. It's not a natural state of being if we've hardwired ourselves to be different. Okay? If you can feel it, then it's there. If you feel it, it's there. It's your soul. And if you can't feel it, there's a little bit more resistance, but don't make that mean anything either, right? Yeah. How is this feeling? See how you're actually more in control than you realize? It's the meanings. It's okay. It's how we've been programmed. It's not your fault. You're going through an awakening. So welcome home, back to yourself. So allow yourself to accept the desire, knowing it's already done. If you feel the doubt, you're going to be pulled out. Go back in. It's already done. It's already done. You got to convince yourself of something. Hold on to it. It's already done. You're going to lean out. Oh my God, the evidence. Oh, nope, it's already done. Sarah said it was done. It is done. My quantum discernment says it's done. I know it's done. It's already done. My reality, I remind myself, so I do something I call ego blasting. I look at my reality and go, shit, I asked for this. I asked for this exact house. I asked to be working on my own and not be in core. I manifested all this. Remind yourself, plant the fertile seeds of what you've already created. Fuck, I've already done all this. Of course I could do all of that. Crazy, right? It's already done. Already done. So proud of you guys. It's already done. Okay. We are shifting through timelines a billion times per second, beautiful soul. That means limitless possibilities are in front of your eyes, and there is nothing different between you and me. We land in those timelines based on our belief systems. And where do our belief systems come? Our past. Here's the thing. Your past isn't real. Your past only exists in your consciousness. What have you made your past mean? You see how powerful and crazy these meanings are? Look at your past. The past made me mean I wasn't worthy because someone told me this. The past, I've made it mean this. The past. Past doesn't exist except for in your consciousness. We do some really crazy, powerful, advanced manifestation techniques through the Quantum Coach certification. I cannot take credit for it. It's Neville Goddard's teachings around, oh my God, I can't remember what it's called. But anyway, when you revise the past, immediately, boom, 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 your whole reality reorganizes itself, and you can land in different timelines super quickly. And I have done this and it works. I'll tell you a quick story just so you believe me. So I wanted a car. I wanted a Mercedes. This was when I was married. My husband at the time, he's like researches, which is great. but I don't do that. I feel my way. I'm like, I want that one. And it just feels like that's what I need. He will take months, and that's just him. We have to research every kind of brand of Mercedes every year, every whatever, and the practicalities and the this and the that. And I was just like, he's number one, it's not a practical car. We live in the bush. There's roofs everywhere. Number two, he's going to want to take months to research. Number three, he's going to want ABCD type. And so it's like, yeah. But then I was like, hang on. These are stories I've created based on the past experience with him, and the past only exists in my consciousness. So I'm going to revise this. I'm going to shift the meanings I've created around who I think he is. And I'm going to make it mean that it's just going to all come, and I get to have the car of my dreams, and it will happen easily. And I did that. And I think it was 3 days later, I had a Mercedes, which, guys, if you knew, it's a miracle. So this works. Okay. Yes. That's cool. All right. Yay. Love your, I love that too. All right. So you are sifting through timelines 1 billion times per second, and it's the belief systems from your past is what's having you oscillate through them. Okay. So the more you liberate yourself from your past, your belief systems, the higher timelines you land in. Boom. This is how it works, right? This is why the how was never your job. You will land in the right timelines when you release the density and the meanings and the belief systems. It will all just land. Okay. It's really powerful. Left that slide in from yesterday. Okay. So here's the thing. It's like a 4-step process. You are choosing what you want to experience. You can't be one and you can't be the polar opposite. You can't be abundance and you can't be scarcity. You can't be both, but you're choosing one of them based on the meanings. Like, yeah, but my bank account, that means I have to be in. No, it doesn't. I always do this exercise with people. Walk through your reality through the eyes of somebody who has nothing. Trust me when I say you will feel wildly abundant. Walk through your reality through the eyes of somebody who is homeless, who is alone in this world, who has no family. You will feel all of the blessings that you have overlooked. You will realize how crazy abundant and fortunate and lucky you are. And then you're choosing abundance now. Keep choosing that, because you will perpetuate that. And then all of a sudden, random things just land in your reality because you've attuned your frequency to it. You choose your thoughts, your repetitive thoughts, which activate and create beliefs, because your thoughts create neurological hardwires, which create your subconscious loops. Your beliefs are just thoughts you think over and over and over again. So you need to rewire that. So you're choosing your thoughts, which create your beliefs, which create your frequency, which is choosing your path for you. So you can't be, what are you choosing? Can't be abundant and in scarcity. You can't be this and that. You choose one. You have to choose one. So get really clear on what you're feeling right now, because you're choosing that embodiment. And there's always a new way to create a meaning that will allow you to be in the opposite end of the pole, opposite end of the spectrum. It's just the meaning that you've created around it that's activating that emotion. Okay. You're choosing the meaning. Is this triggering? I don't mean it for it to be. You'll be in the, yeah, but Sarah, it did. Yeah, but it did. Yeah. Don't justify your distortions. Don't fight to be in the experiences you don't want to. Surrender. It's calibration. Okay. Even the small decisions recalibrates your frequency. The big and scary ones, talk about recalibration. Sometimes I make such crazy, scary, big decisions, I don't recognize myself for a minute. It's hard to describe that. Anyway, that's a different thing. So you guys are already on the path. You guys chose to be here. That opened up a portal, which meant your energy recalibrated and shifted itself. Boom, we're all on this timeline co-creating together. This is your soul saying, okay, you're ready for this now. You're ready. You're ready to receive these new awarenesses. You're ready to step in this place of leadership. You guys are all feeling the call to do it. You have to answer the call now, right? Yes, I'm going to choose. Yes, I'm going to choose. Yes, maybe I don't know what it's meant to look like. You're not supposed to yet. When you're supposed to know, you'll get the clarity. That's all for this week. I cannot wait for next week because we have more quantum flow goodness to share with you. I hope this has landed where it needed to. Until next time, I will see you next week. Thank you so much for listening today, beautiful soul. I hope you got so much gold and were activated in such a way that you could step into your highest timeline of abundance and freedom, because it is more than possible for you. If that desire has been planted in your soul, it is so deliberate. If you wouldn't mind, please rate, review, subscribe to this podcast so that we can get this message into the hearts and ears of more amazing light beings across the world. I would love to continue this conversation with you, so feel free to get in touch on Instagram at sarah.tynan.quantumcoach. If you're a Facebook person, you can find me on Facebook at facebook.com/Sarah Tynan International. And please don't ever forget, if your desire is there, it's because your destiny is there too. You just have to remember who you are. Bye for now, beautiful.